Hi darlings, Brittany here from Library of the Night. Today I'm going to be filming my book outlet haul. This was for my birthday that just passed in July. So kind of late, but hey, you know, whatever. So I got 18 of these books off Book Outlet for 96 bucks. I have preached again and again about Book Outlet. If you guys have not purchased off Book Outlet, I highly suggest you do so. 99% of my library is from Book Outlet. That's why I've been able to accumulate so many books. So if you haven't checked it out, please make sure you check it out because it will save you a ton of money. So I'm going to go through each of these books. I'm going to read off the jacket. This video is probably going to be broken up into a few parts because it only gives me 15 minutes. And then, yeah, so hopefully you guys watch all of these. Again, I just wanted to say that if you are not following me on Instagram, please check me out. My handle is @LibraryOfTheNight, and I'm gonna get started. So the first book that I got is The Imposter Queen. This is by Sarah Fine. I got the hardback, and here's the naked version. It's super pretty. I also got the sequel, The Cursed Queen. I'm not going to read the synopsis for the second so I don't ruin it, but I'm going to go ahead and read off the jacket here, or I'm going to read off the back of this. So it says, an old queen dies, a new one arises. When the power tore itself loose, it took everything with it except for one image, a little girl with coppery hair and pale blue eyes. She was too blurry to make out even as Karine tried to focus. Her vision doubled, creating two wavering, overlapping faces in the fog. Still, she knew exactly who the little girl was and what was about to happen to her. And then the last shreds of ice and fire slipped free without a fight, for Karine, there's like two A's, had no strength left to hold on to them. The darkness was complete, the magic was gone, and so was she. That's how it's supposed to work. So that's the synopsis for this, and then here is the sequel. So I'm really excited to read these. I honestly haven't heard very much about these, but they sound pretty cool. So we'll see if they're good or not. The next book that I got is Poison's Kiss. This is by Brianna Shields. Honestly, I only bought this because it had a snake on it, and my inner Slytherin was like, yes, I need it. So hopefully it's good. The cover is super pretty. The naked version is just black. And the synopsis says, deadly Mirinda can kill with a single kiss. Poison. She's been immune since she was a baby. Always. Her training with the snakes made her a poison maiden forever. Comes from, she loyally serves a Raja, killing his enemies. Inside until her next kiss is the boy she loves. So this sounds super cool. Definitely a fantasy. So right up my alley. Very, very excited for this one. Up next is a book I have seen everywhere, but I honestly have heard a lot of bad reviews about it, so I'm a little bit afraid. But the cover is super pretty, and this is Empress of a Thousand Skies. This is by Rhoda Beliza. It sounds like it would be really cool. It's just black, but I don't know. A lot of people have said they didn't like it. So it says, Crown Princess Rhiannon Ta'an wants vengeance. The only surviving heir to an ancient Caucasian dynasty, Rhi has spent her life training to destroy the people who killed her family. Now, on the eve of her coronation, the time has finally come for Rhi to claim her throne and her revenge. Alosha is a Rayton who has risen above his war refugee origins to find fame as the dashing star of a drone vision show. Despite his popularity, Ali struggles with anti-Rayton prejudice and the pressure of being perfect in the public eye. Their paths collide with one brutal act of violence. Rhi is attacked, barely escaping with her life. Ali is blamed for her presumed murder. The princess and her accused killer are forced to go into hiding, even as a war between planets is waged in Rhi's name. But soon Rhi and Ali discover that the assassination attempt is just one part of a sinister plot. Bound together by an evil that only they can stop, the two fugitives must join forces to save the galaxy. So it sounds pretty cool. I mean, I don't know why a lot of people didn't like it. I didn't really spoilerly read into what they didn't like about it, but I know a couple people were like, not feeling it, so that kind of sucks. Next up, I got the hardback version of Our Dark Duet. This is the sequel to This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. I have yet to read This Savage Song. This one's just black as well. It has like a little embossed thing on it. I know it's like about monsters, so that's basically all I know. I don't have the other one on hand to give you the synopsis, but I got this guy, so hopefully I will read those soon. Next up, I'm so excited because I have been wanting this book forever. It's another one that everyone is like, the cover is beautiful, but the story is not that great, and that is Wild Beauty, and this is by Anna Marie McLemore. It's super, super pretty. And the naked jacket is like a gorgeous forest green. So I'm definitely going to read it. Even if it sucks, I'm going to keep it because the cover is so pretty. But basically, this is what it says. Love grows such strange things. In Wild Beauty, McLemore introduces a spellbinding setting and two characters drawn together by fate and pulled apart by truth. For nearly a century, the Nomlavides women have tended the grounds of La Parada, the lush estate gardens that enchant guests from around the world. They've also hidden a tragic legacy. If they fall in love too deeply, their lovers vanish, but then after generations of vanishings, a strange boy appears in the gardens. A boy neither Estrella, the Nomlavides girl who finds him, nor her family know anything about. The Nomlavides grandmothers treat him like a lost son. The Nomlavides mothers hope he's a sign that their vanished loves might reappear. Estrella's cousins worry his presence is a warning, but none of them yet understand. But however much the boy is an enigma to them, he's even more of a mystery to himself. All he knows about who he is or where he came from is the first three letters of his name. As Estrella tries to help Fel piece together his unknown past, La Parada leads them to secrets as dangerous as they are magical in this stunning exploration of love, loss, and family. So it sounds like it could be super awesome. I kind of see how it might fall a little bit flat. I don't know. I'm going to try it, and if I don't like it, I don't like it, but I'm going to at least try. Next up, this is The Librarian of Auschwitz. This is by Antonio Iturbe. This is based on the true story of an Auschwitz prisoner, Dita Kraus. I'm super excited to read this book because I love World War II books. I love being educated in this topic, and I'm just very, very thrilled to read this. The naked version of it is a very pretty blue. It's got these like odd embossed things on the front. I don't know what they mean, but they're there. And the synopsis says, based on the experiences of real-life Auschwitz prisoner Dita Kraus, this is the incredible story of a girl who risked her life to keep the magic of books alive during the Holocaust. 14-year-old Dita is one of the many imprisoned by the Nazis at Auschwitz, displaced along with her mother and father from their home in Prague, first to the capital city's ghetto, then northward to the Terezin settlement, and now to Auschwitz in Poland. Dita is adjusting to the constant terror that is life in the camp. When Jewish leader Freddie Hirsch asked Dita to take charge of the 8 precious volumes the prisoners have managed to sneak past the guards, she agrees, becoming the librarian of Auschwitz. From one of the darkest chapters of human history comes an extraordinary story of courage and hope. I can already tell that this book is going to break my heart, but I totally want to read it anyway, so I'm very excited for that. Next, I have got Wires and Nerves Volume 2 by Marissa Meyer. I have yet to read the first volume of this, but I do own it. I got this one on Book Outlet for like $5, so I'm super excited. It's a very big graphic novel, which is quite surprising, and also the really cool thing about this is the naked version has, the exact same thing that's like printed on there, so that is super cool. I don't think I've ever really seen that, so good job, man. I'm not going to read the synopsis since it's the second one. Next up, we have got This Mortal Coil. This is by Emily Suvada. This is another one I've seen all over Instagram, yet to read, but it sounds really cool. And this is the synopsis. Katrina Agata is a hacker. She can cripple mainframes and crash through firewalls, but that's not what makes her special. In Kat's world, people are implanted with technology to recode their DNA, allowing them to change their bodies in any way they want. And Kat happens to be a gene hacking genius. That's no surprise since Kat's father is Dr. Lachin Agata, a legendary geneticist who may be the last hope for defeating a plague that has brought humanity to the brink of extinction. But during the outbreak, Lachin was kidnapped by a shadowy organization called Cartaxis? Leaving Kat to survive the last 2 years on her own. When a Cartaxis soldier, Cole, arrives with news that her father has been killed, Kat's instincts tell her that he's just another Cartaxic lie. But Cole also brings a message. Before Lachin died, he managed to create a vaccine, and Cole needs Kat's help to release it and save it to the human race. Now Kat must decide who she can trust, the soldier with secrets of his own, the father who made her promise to hide from the Cartaxis at all costs. In a world where nature itself can be rewritten, how much can she even trust herself? And it's a little red cover. So this sounds super like dystopian, which I have kind of grown out of dystopian books, although I will always have a love for them. So that's pretty exciting. I also got the graphic novel of Archie, The Archies and Other Stories. I got this for like a couple dollars. I recently watched Riverdale and I am super in love with it now. Southside Serpents Forever. And I'm super excited to read this. So I'm not going to really go off of it because it's Archie. You guys know what Archie is. Next up, I got The Orphan Queen by Jodi Meadows. I actually have the sequel. I don't have the first one. So now I can read them together. And this says, a princess, a spy, a threat. When the Indigo Kingdom conquered her homeland, Princess Willahima and other orphan children of nobility were taken to Skyvale, the Indigo's kingdom's capital. 10 years later, they are the Ospreys, expert at stealth and theft. With them, Willahima means to take back her throne. But Wraith, a toxic byproduct of magic, pours across the continent, reshaping the land and animals into fresh horrors. Soon it will reach the Indigo Kingdom. Willihima's ability to perform magic might be the key to stopping the Wraith, but if the vigilant Black Knife discovers Will's magic, she will vanish like all others. Ooh, that sounds super good. Next up, I have got the A Discovery of Witches series by Deborah Harkness. I'm super excited because everybody has been telling me to read these forever. So here's the first, the second, and the third. Super pumped to read these. I've heard they're incredible. So the first synopsis says, deep in the heart of Oxford's Bodleian Library, Diana Bishop, a young scholar and the descendant of witches, unearths an enchanted I'm so bad at this word. A chemical manuscript. That's so wrong. Wanting nothing to do with the sorcery, she banishes the book to the stacks, but her discovery has set a fantastical underworld stirring, and soon a horde of demons, witches, and other creatures descend upon the library. Among them is words are not working. Enactment. Matthew Claremont, a vampire with a keen interest in the book. Equal parts history and magic, romance and suspense, A Discovery of Witches is a mesmerizing and addictive tale of passion and obsession that reveals the closely guarded secrets of an enchanted world. So I got those. And then I also got Empire of Storms in paperback. I also got The Girl of Fire and Thorns by Rae Carson. Once a century, one person is chosen for greatness. Elisa has always felt powerless, useless. Now on her 16th birthday, she has become the secret wife of a handsome and worldly king. A king who needs her to be the chosen one, not a failure of a princess. And he is not the only one who seeks her. Savage enemies seething with dark magic are hunting her. A daring, determined revolutionary thinks she could save his people, and he looks at her in no way a man has ever looked at her before. Alicia could be everything to those who need her most. If the prophecy is fulfilled, if she finds the power deep within herself, if she doesn't die young, most of the chosen do. And then I also got 2 copies of Tower of Dawn Indigo version. So I'm going to paint one of these, and I'm super excited. So I actually was able to do all of this in one video, so that's awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, follow me on Instagram. My handle is @LibrariOfTheNight, and I'll see you guys soon.